And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Shadow Empire, Fontus, some aliens, Mayhem mode. We're on turn 109, the beginning of turn 109. We got 4 decisions awaiting us here. Okay. Diplomatic-wise, these guys are pushing for us to go back to war, so we're not going to be at peace for very much longer, let's say.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir. Roger that.
Sir, yes, sir.
Slave trader. I am going to interact with this guy. We need population. We're so desperate for population.
I'm on it.
Okay. So we should be able to use that to quickly grow that town up. Because if we basically interact with it like every turn, we'll get another 2,000 people. Might be a little bit complicated trying to keep the zone happy with an aggressive purchasing schedule. Colonists need to go in the new zone across the way.
Roger that.
Truck station is not complete yet, although the port is in operation. Everything else, construction-wise, I believe is complete. Yeah. Everything but that truck station is complete. Food is positive, so I'm not going to worry about that. Water is full. Oil is full. That means we're actually selling oil right now. We're not getting particularly great credits from the oil, so shouldn't be worried about more oil expansion. So save up for industry is I think where we're at. Even though I think we're basically at full employment in the capital, I think this is steal from the civilian population. Employees. That's the way to go. Yeah, I think we'll wait one more turn and then we'll expand the industry. Anyway, there are things I could do to try to delay this, which would basically just be throwing money at them. In fact, it'll probably be easier to let them declare on us and then try to get back to peace, than try to bribe them into staying happy. So any turn, well, I think the AI usually declares on you if they're below 30. Right now they're at 31. So we'll get a negative, the negative event probably in, if we actually check the letterbox when they show up, Foreign Affair News. That wasn't the Foreign Affair one. Must have ignored it when it popped up. Yeah, must have not noticed it when it popped up. But you'll get like a Foreign Affair News, oh, they take minus 20. Once they're below 30, they'll, any turn, decide to declare war on us. Yeah. Scientific cooperation with these guys is helping us with discovery, although this won't last for very much longer, because they're going to drop below 30 and they're going to declare on us, which will break those deals. Hydroponics should be done soon. Cool. Wood-like housing might need to... Well, we don't have housing discovered, so after hydroponics we're probably going to go sealed roads. Maybe backfill the quality of life buildings. Because we're going fist, I'd prefer housing over quality of life buildings, but we're going to do quality of life because that's what I've got. Are you trending up or down? You're trending down on the militancy. So that's kind of the struggle we got, right? If we can either keep the zones militant, or we can keep the zones cultured. We can't do both. And honestly, the places that are cultured are culturing because they're rich enough to buy public buildings, not because we're building them yet. Don't need replacements, no. In fact, actually, the SHQ has probably a random militia that at this point, if it was going to deliver, it would have delivered already. It's the urge to delete that truck. Call to rebellion. I think there's some modifiers that affect this that aren't immediately apparent. Because I know one of these is very easy to do when it's sort of like, oh, this shouldn't be doable. It ends up being doable. Yeah, I think it's like the target loyalty. I think it shows the target. Yeah, things like the regime popularity, target loyalty, inverse of autocracy. I think these things aren't actually visible to you, right? So it's giving you the worst case scenario. So the worst case scenario, I think, here is the difficulty is 257. Not that it is 257. Although, maybe easier ones make it easier, obviously. Higher tier ones make it easier.
Aye, aye,
Thinking about
sir.
it, let's deploy some spies.
Aye, aye, sir. Aye, aye, sir.
Is that last one a failure? I think that last one was a failure.
Aye, aye, sir.
There we go. That's probably enough spies. Got enough money. Let's cabinet retreat.
Roger that.
4 games.
Roger that.
And then we cycle the turn. And I think on this next turn we'll start expanding the industry. Although, maybe a little tempting to do heavy industry. There we go. Round 110. We got 8 decisions. Lost friendship. Okay. Discovered the heavy tank. Research completed on hydroponics. You want a subsidy? We'll give you the subsidy.
Sir, yes, sir.
I should probably say no, but I'm going to give them a subsidy. Get them happy, gives us the ability to get like more corporate scientists.
Yes, sir.
Policy speech. Number of soldiers or subjects rise to 27%. Or no, we're going to do the industry one. We only need one more level industry. I've already decided we're going to raise the industry by at least 1 tier, so that'll be fine. And yeah, I think we're doing sealed roads here.
Copy that.
I could develop the heavy tank, but I think we're actually going to hold off. Combat armor should be coming up soon. And I'd rather build with combat armor, let's say, than develop heavy tanks, which I'm not sure we've actually got the maneuverability to actually make good use of. We need our pop.
Sir,
my
yes,
IP.
sir.
You want to sell us ammunition?
Sir, yes,
I
sir.
will keep the nomads happy. Construction is finished. That's good to see.
Roger that.
We're still at 31, so they shouldn't declare on us. Oh, we're close enough to have them declare on us that we should not be pulling guys off the border. Heavy industry or regular industry? I can afford regular. I would actually have to find more high-tech parts for heavy. So we're doing regular.
Yes, sir. Roger that,
Makes my
sir.
math easy there. I will, because we're a little bit rich, buy the high-tech parts.
Yes, sir.
Those machine parts are... Well, given the fact there's no metal in the market, if you didn't have the metal, those machine parts would be absurd. Or, actually, if you didn't have the metal, then those machine parts would be reasonably priced. If you do like I do, it's not worth it. We're going to make our own machine parts. This way I've got enough. So 20 more heavy machine parts. So artisanally make up 20 of them.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we're going to get that industry done, and then I might try to put heavy industry over here, where we've got actual unemployed pops. Capital, we don't have any, but the capital, we already has a industry there, and the industry kind of goes up exponentially, right? It's 50, 200, 450. Bigger effect every level, right? So that's a 150 increase, that's a 250 increase, so on and so forth. I don't want to be putting 50 new industries someplace else if we can upgrade the existing one. And it's not much. Okay, it's tripling the worker requirements. Although it's quadrupling the industry out, so worker to industry ratio goes up. Thinking about it here, we call you up, slave trader. Buy. Makes the zone less happy, we get more people. It's a zone which actually isn't quite at minimum. It isn't at full employment, but we'll try to get it expanded up to 4. If we get it expanded up to 4, then we got some other jobs, like expanding the bureaucracy. I'd like to do there. Oh, and let's roll unification. We're gonna fail. The expectation here is failure, but we're gonna roll it.
Sir, yes, sir.
As I said, expectation is failure. I find if I'm rolling failures that I expect to be failures, those are the times when I find out I'm not failing for whatever reason. And then the profile that we lost was it friendship? I think I lost friendship. That's fair. We're not particularly that high on heart. Surprised we had it. To get democracy up high enough, we could do voters first, which is nice. Also gives us called Rebellion 3. Stick to the schedule, more logistics. And we'd like to get a spirited core. Combat bonus is nice. Ooh, double concentric attack bonus. That's real nice when you like to encircle people. Okay, and I got the political power. Yeah, we'll do efficiency draft for the money.
Roger that.
There we go. That's a good roll. Should be rolling around to us pretty quickly. There we go. Round 111. We got 5 decisions. Completed sealed roads. It is an early game tech, so it researches real quick. When you got as much bureaucratic points as we do.
Roger that.
Follow that up with the quality of life buildings, probably. Although, if I want to be getting discovery going, we want 4 in engineering, so we can be doing machinery. Although, maybe that's the other thing to do, is maybe don't get 4 in engineering, so we've got a higher chance that the discoveries are in advanced chemistry. Which is polymer metal soil. What's the comparative price? 2,000 for VidCom, 400 for those 2. Those are the 2 that I'd want at University and Barracks. I think I'll do the University and Barracks because they'll just research fast, and then we'll do VidCom.
Copy that. Sir, yes, sir.
Office advisor, we're going to say no.
Yes, sir.
Union chief wants a raise. Our poor governor of the location is not charismatic enough to do some bribery to say no. Although, does he have a metal merit pinned to his chest? He does. So.
Affirmative.
Accept the demand. They're still at 31. We're still at peace. Our road is done. I think we actually have some planes on this road. Maybe not. Yeah, okay, so we should have some on the road, on the area, so that'll be fine. Dirt, or I now have access to sealed, so I should probably run sealed. We're technically not at war with the roaders yet. Although, the roaders have no obligation to, respect my borders.
Roger that.
I might want another brigade over there. Let's raise a second brigade. Get 3 of them across. Oh, and, no, those will be different if color from each other. I'll be fine. Let's see. Did we take over ruins yet? There are ruins there. Okay, so let's hit this zone with 1 archaeological effort.
Copy that.
We are sure there is nothing in those ruins. This zone, E with the unification,
Sir, yes, sir.
and they have accepted. They have joined us. Oh, these are raiders, not roaders. There's a difference. It's a big difference. Raiders have a city.
Sir, yes, sir.
And we can get peace with them.
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay. So that's actually a nice secure border. These are guys that we want to expand to. We're going to want to run a road out there eventually. And at least for acquiring the territory up here, we're going to have a bunch of militia available, although I do probably want to keep a couple of them around to secure the coast to the south here. Got to at least about there. Let's, we'll go one more further over here. Go to there. These guys are mostly going to be doing sort of eyes and ears duty and not fighting. That's what the professionals we've got here are for. Okay, so that's a nice connection. That's a nice connection, although that's probably not a big enough connection. Let's be frank. I probably need a lot more shipping on that road, or on that boat line in particular. SHQ unit admin. Yes, do zone pickup by sea. Oh, I need to hit update, not cancel. There we go. Okay, let's drop another transport contract. I'm hoping they've got enough boats that'll give us more than 50, or not 50, more than 500 for a live route. Our existing route is 500. We'll let the existing one time out if we can get one that's bigger than 500. We are currently getting what we are paying for, at least. That's good. Is that my load-unload capacity that's implying there? Yes, that is my load-unload capacity. So I've got excess capacity at the ports. I just don't got enough by boat. Fair enough.
Copy that. Copy that. Copy that.
Okay, so we did find one archaeological site. Or did I just roll after it said no and didn't read the text well enough? No, we did find one site. There's one site there. It's an uncommon one. The rare is a better find than the uncommon one, but we will probably want to scavenge that once we think we got enough shipping. Right now we don't have enough shipping, so that doesn't change much. Okay, let's cycle that turn. Oh, I forgot to look up what the victory score is. We'll look at the victory score when we get back around to our turn. It will have jumped, obviously. And probably jumped by quite a bit. Because we just picked up a bunch of population. I didn't check to see how big the city was. We got attacked by the non-aligned. We held. Inflicted like 600 casualties on them too, which is good. Killed 600 infantry, have no losses. We got 12 decisions, a lot of decisions on round 112. We've discovered metal deposits on Moonslope. Industrial accident over there. Industry is at 8, which is what we promised. Model design is discovered assault gun, so that should pop up. We did complete combat armor, so we're actually going to be probably designing infantry, not the assault guns. Discovered missiles. Incomplete university. Okay. And some machinery, and some fuel, and some machinery, and some tanks.
Understood. Aye, aye, sir.
Oh, I'm thinking about the advanced sensors. Advanced sensors is real tempting. That would have been shared to us. So that's definitely what I'm not worried about researching, because it wouldn't be able to spread back to the people who already discovered it. Ah, and we got metal soul filtration. That's nice. Okay, so at this point I'm not worried about researching 4 in engineering, because we've discovered what I really want in advanced chemistry, which is metal soul filtration. The only thing really missing is polymer armor. I can be patient with polymer armor. Doubly scope, because we only researched combat armor, right? Although this doesn't require combat armor as a prerequisite. The successor to combat armor requires polymer. Let's do sensors. It's going to take a while to research, but the recon bonus is nice. And then here we're going to follow up with barracks, although it is tempting to go metal soul filtration.
Copy that.
And then here is infantry. Build upon rifle 3. We were using automatic rifle before. We're going to jump to Gauss. And we were using padded. We're going to jump to combat.
Order received.
Roger that. Roger that.
2 to 3.
Roger that.
New zone orders. We obviously pay the workers. Get some recruit sign-up bonuses. This is a new zone. Because we don't... Actually, we'll come back to this. Can I go from me? 4 points. Unload there. Yes. From our place. Yes. I am still limited to 500 points. Oh, and it's more expensive. Take the minimum value here. 4. No, we'll go for 8 rounds. This is still doubling our throughput. So yeah. We're going to go sort of for our default values here. I'm not going to actually send any recruits because we don't have the shipping capacity really to get them back. Right, so I don't want to be recruiting people we're not actually going to be able to ship back and clog up the route.
Roger that.
We're being blackmailed. We'll pay the blackmail. Mind and heart. Oh, that's because of these guys. That's fair. Yeah, we'll pay the blackmail.
Sir, yes, sir.
That's actually delayed the war. That works out for us.
Affirmative.
Yeah, that's an option. That makes sense. Nationalize the truck station, help the logistics locally. I don't think there being a person on the route is going to stop us shipping. It is stopping us shipping. Well, that's mean. Hopefully it doesn't stay there, because that's a problem. You can't come ashore, so statistically speaking, it's going to move. It's just annoying that it's in the way at the moment. Okay. Well, that's a question. Can I send the colonists across, given the... No. Well, that's annoying. I'll just wait a turn and we'll send them next turn. Miners, we probably want to be trying to spread protectorships. Okay, I think we have a valid potential to get those off.
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
Okay, so we roll this, we've got a 50% chance of success.
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay. That was believable potential outcome. Already has the middleman. That makes sense.
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
We're gonna have a worse chance on this one. Although there is still a chance of success here. Although there's a chance of critical failure.
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay. Efficiency drive
Roger that.
for more credits. Maritime Trading House. Do I have... Could need another transport contract. That's not what we want. Something for shipbuilding. I might have to increase the rate that we're getting Maritime Trading House cards. So we get the ones we want. Not the one where people die. Yeah, that's danger. That might be worth rolling at some point.
Roger that.
Okay, let's cycle the turn. Construction-wise, things are... The industry is proceeding. I may have enough industry... In fact, I probably do have enough industry. Let's throw the heavy industry up here. Yeah, I got the metal industry for the heavy industry, so we'll start that process. Not building that in the capital because we're actually at full employment in the capital. The place where I just put it is not at full employment, about the same level as the capital. They're both level 4. I'm hoping to see the animal wander off of our shipping lane. This would be the first time I've actually had an amphibious animal sit on my shipping lane. Yeah, I think they came off my shipping lane. Round 113, we have 6 decisions. Completed that barracks research. Got an automated factory. Ooh. I know where that's going. We're not at war with them. No.
Roger that.
New orgs. We're going to delay this with a no.
Yes, sir.
If the manager we rolled a couple turns ago was actually really good, we'd probably be taking it.
Sir,
And
yes, sir.
this. Eco Council. Tempting to go VidCom. Although I think it's time for the metal soul filtration.
Copy that.
We got motorized, mechanized, 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 or heavy. So I think the heavy is just more MG in the unit. Let's do motorized.
Affirmative. Roger
Upgrade
that.
that city, sure. And we should now have our shipping route back, yes. No, I don't have the transport capacity until next turn. It's in the swamp and can't move. Okay. You should be able to dump the colonists. Oh, well, because the ship uses all in shipping people, of course. I don't have any shipping capacity left for the colonists. Plus, we probably have some shipping going back to HQ. Okay, how did the construction go? Proceeded at speed. So, Industry 2 will be done next turn. Heavy Industry is proceeding with no real constraints there. Okay. How much water am I wasting right now? 13,000. So yeah, that's probably enough to run some hydroponics if I wanted more food. Yeah, 100 water to 100 food. Could definitely be worse. The surface stuff is worse. Bullets are fine, injuries fine, okay. And we're probably still waiting on that model designer to model. Yeah, should be done next turn.
Sir, yes, sir.
So right now
Sorry,
I
yes,
have an
sir.
advisor advising the Foreign Affairs Counselor, which is why you're seeing me doing chat diplomat on an advisor as well.
Sir, yes, sir.
There we go. Okay, so they're a protectorate. That means next turn I should be able to either follow up with offering client state if that's a viable role, or just maybe just pushing the unifications right away. The other one is again still in rolling range. Oh, I just remembered I've been forgetting to hit the look at the victory overview. Oh wow. I am still in third with that population growth. Although that's putting me in spinning range for the second. Probably they picked up a city as well. Although we're looking at picking up another 2 cities, which that might be enough to just throw us into first. And we can see that both of them have landed up here. Interesting. And yeah, we get a protectorship with them. We're not making very much surplus industry, otherwise I'll throw the road out. This is going to be a reasonably expensive road, yeah. Oop, Twitch chat's done. Show your current tech tree, please. Is hydroponics better than the agricultural dome? And, is better than the agricultural dome. They're a little bit complicated. So hydroponic dome or the agriculture domes you can put anywhere, but they use a lot more workers, right? So they're a little bit less worker efficient. Although you think they use less power. I'll bring them up again when we get back around to our turn. Sorry, I didn't look at the Twitch chat while we were running. When we were on our turn. So yeah, there's a little bit of trade-offs back and forth on them. So you can put the agricultural dome anywhere, meaning you can run more than one agricultural dome per zone. You can effectively run as many as you have hexes, although you'd run into other problems if you were trying to do that. I think they're less worker efficient. Hydroponics, on the other hand, is a industry agriculture building, so I believe you can only build them in the city hex itself. Now, you can stack that with the agriculture dome, so you can have both hydroponics and agriculture dome in one hex. And I believe the hydroponics is a little bit more worker efficient, is how that balances out as well. Killed 300 infantry, lost 100 infantry on round 114. We have 3 decisions. It's still in the time of learning for the moment. So right now our tech is as followed. Obviously start with all the early tech. We started on a tech 3 start here. We're going to skip gas-powered small arms. We'll probably do propeller engine at some point, although we'll probably get the Air Force Council to research that. I often skip the physical storage. And then this is where we're at tech. So we've got the 4 we need in chemistry to get an advanced chemistry for things like metal soil filtration and polymer armor. We've got 3 in engineering. We technically don't have 4 in engineering. What you see that we're spread off of engineering here has spread because we have a science agreement with one of the other majors. And they presumably have 4 in engineering, so they can discover things beyond that. Yeah, this is the state of our tech tree. And then we can go ahead and look at agriculture, right? So you can see in your capital by default, your civilians usually have a dome farm in the capital building, or capital hex by default on Tech 3 starts. So there's a dome farm here. So on this hex, I can't build a dome farm because they already have one. We can nationalize it if we were desperate to have it. And this is the hydroponics food factory, which is a factory. So you can always build this in a hex in addition to the farm. So all the farms are mutually exclusive, but the factories, the food factories, are not. This is the hydroponic food factory. If you're comparing it to workers, the agriculture dome is 5,500 workers for the first level. It produces 200 food. Hydroponics is 2,100 and it's producing 100. So it's more worker efficient, though not much at the first level. It consumes half the water, although it produces half the food. So it's about the same water to food efficiency ratio. It needs a lot more power. And this is the upgrade process on it. It should get more worker efficient as it levels up, because most buildings get more worker efficient as it levels up. And yeah, it comes down to worker efficient mostly with the hydroponics. And then I think in the tech tree, I think there's some techs that only affect the hydroponics. Is hydroponic revitalization one of them? Yes, so this affects only your hydroponic assets. I don't think this affects the farming domes. It obviously requires hydroponics as a prerequisite. And food mass pool adds extra production, which leaves this one over here. And I think you can build... This is another hydroponics-like building you can build. That's very worker efficient, consuming food, or producing food. And Twitch is saying, in my current playthrough, I'm currently having trouble with the capital's lack of people for private economy. A private agriculture dome requires 39,000 people, which is very inefficient. What can be done about this? Not much, honestly. In fact, you can see in ours we're okay. Just fixed itself in ours. We've got literally private jobs of 77,600. We only have 500 surplus private pops. So they're just enough to work everything. Anyway, there's not much you can necessarily do to fix that. At least from the private stuff. If you were really desperate for them to not work the food stuff, you could hypothetically nationalize them and nationalize or disband them. Yeah, so for example, I could disband a level here, or could nationalize or disband a level here to reduce the amount of private workforce. But as a general rule, unless you need them to work the quality of life buildings, you just accept that they isn't enough people. And that, to some degree, does encourage migration. So we've got enough there, got enough there, got enough there. Okay, so right for the moment, I've got enough people, which is a good thing to be seeing. Europe recruiting access to go from 15 to 17. Over how many turns? Around 126. That might be doable. We're gonna accept that. Smash of Corals, we're not going to get involved in that. They're demanding the release of the spy, we'll accept their offer.
Sir, yes, sir.
We're still over 30 with them, so peace will probably be maintained. Ship over... Wanting to ship over the capacity. Guess my... Oh, there's enough to get across the ocean. So am I having shipping on the other side? It's being the issue. Yes. Okay. So I either got to extend the dock or I got to get a rail line in here. We'll set the rail line up.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Okay, so we'll ship the colonists in a bit. The other way you can potentially deal with problems where if you've got not enough private workers to work all the private jobs is you can move them around using colonists and soldiers. Soldiers really only work for the capital, because if you disband, you can colonize soldiers into your capital. The colonists you can push anywhere. And then as you can see here, we're not actually recruiting from our capital. That's one reason why I've actually got people available. Oh no, I am recruiting colonists from the capital. I'm not recruiting troops from the capital. We got enough troops coming in, so I think I've decided. And then we are recruiting troops and colonists, I believe, from here. Yeah, we need both the troops and colonists from there. Those are the only places I'm recruiting from right now, because we've actually got a bit more of a people problem and not a deployment problem.
All clear, sir.
Here we go. I suppose to get that tank out of the marsh, I'm going to have to build a road down to it. Oh, I can bring the HQ across now. And construction-wise, Industry 2 completed. That'll help with my industry problems, so I can have industry to actually seal my roads. Heavy industry is proceeding at speed, and that railhead should help with delivery to the port. Okay. I'm actually somewhat surprised. Surprised the model designer hasn't completed. Looks like he'll probably complete next turn. Advanced center's working, and metal soil filtration only started, but it's 18% done already. Good. Strat cards. So offering client state to you isn't infeasible. Could potentially roll that. Would be hard to roll. Definitely hard to sell when we're also going to be wanting to roll offer protection on the other one. Which is going to be eating all the shadow diplomats, which I need for it to roll successfully. You the better diplomat. 47 or 12 on the diplomacy. Is it the advisor? Yeah, still the director. That's better.
Sir, yes, sir.
Because I only have one offer or shadow diplomat, so we're only going to be doing shadow diplomat on one of them. We got a chance for failure here. We're still going to roll it.
Sir, yes, sir.
Critical failure. So that's probably made it harder. Not easier. We could be rolling unification, which does have a chance for success. Because it's a 3D100 roll. But I don't think I can afford the road connection. Well, I could afford the road connection, but I need all the money, or all the industry right now. I don't want that to be where all the industry is going, so we're going to cycle the turn. But first, let's spend this political power. Let's grab a little more money. 5k is not a bad roll. Cabinet retreat and wargaming. Then was there any prospecting to do? Not mining, prospecting. No. No, I don't think we found any new... occupied any new ruins yet. There's a bunch up here. We'd like to get there before these guys get there. And then you probably have a ruin. Yeah, you have one ruin. Oh, that's what I should do on these guys. I would like to see what your borders are. The easiest way to do that is to embed a bunch of spies.
Aye, aye, sir. Aye, aye, sir.
Here we go. That should work. But yeah, so looking at the Twitch chat while we're having this intern here, you said you've been using the agriculture building as a population center to quickly upgrade this village to a city, which requires a bunch of population. One thing to maybe remember when you're upgrading cities or trying to get the population to a city, you don't need to be moving them places where they have jobs. In fact, it's often better to move them to a place before you have a job for them, if you know you're going to want them there for a job later. So if you're trying to keep them busy, then yeah, the agricultural building food makes sense, assuming you need the food. In this run, we've been building colonies up either for truck hubs. Well, I suppose the port is a colony, right? So the port's a colony. That's our third colony. The two main colonies we actually set up are actually for metal. They're both metal mines. One of them has a petrol well as well, but they're metal mines mostly. And yeah, usually when it comes to the civilian stuff, in the long run, the government versions of all the civilian buildings are more efficient per person. So if you're really in a pickle where you're like, I need to be more population efficient, you can always make the government versions of those buildings and then try to wean your economy off of the private ones, so when they're short on workers, you just accept that they're short on workers. Okay, so here's the Adams Range Imperium. We're on round 115. We have 2 decisions. And we're at war. Okay. Right as we develop Rifle 4. I'm surprised these guys... I think it was those guys that declared us, right? Or was that the... No, I think that was them. Bid... Grunderstadt. Beckersneck? No. Wormstadt? No. Non-aligned, okay. That's annoying, but that's not them. Oh, we pissed the rotors off. That's... Oh, the raiders off. That's acceptable.
Sir, yes, sir.
And we're no longer at war with them. Problem solved. We pissed them off the offer of protection the last turn. That's what that was. Still gonna focus on research. Rifles have been improved upon. We're gonna do bazookas next. Build upon Panzerskir 2. Jump from bazooka to guided, so it's actually a 3 times firepower buff. Added to
Order
combat armor.
received.
Okay. Yeah, we want to get to those ruins, ideally, before these guys get out past the wildlife. I assume that's what's padding them in there. Although I suppose these guys could be at war with each other. I've been tracking which majors are which war with which majors. I'd like to get the ruins before them. Ruins may have fine goodies in them. Okay. I may now have the capacity. No, not yet. Although I probably only put the rail hub is probably only just been built. Yeah, it's now done. So we should have the transport coming via rail soon. That bottleneck should clear up on the next turn. Should clear up. Might not, but it should. And then from an industry standpoint, it's going to be real tempted to say mass upgrade, all in the SHQ, 2-4, 3-4. I obviously don't have the industry for that. Tempting. Actually going to do it? No. Okay, railhead's done. Heavy industry will be done next turn. We can start saving up industry to actually do that. I would like to do that. Don't really got the industry deunification. We did propose peace because we screwed up the protectoring last time. We do have a child limit. We'll save the child limits up. So we'll do nation. Cabinet retreat.
Roger that.
War game.
Roger that.
So we'll do 2 war games.
Roger that.
2 cabinet retreats.
Roger that.
Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and cycle our turn. Oh, forgot the political power.
Standing by.
We do have random events have graced us with a slave trader. So if we got money and political power, and don't mind losing heart and getting commerce, we can buy population from the slave trader. Should remember to do this on a reasonable pace so we get more people to grow the city up to level 4. And then we cycle the turn. And then looking at the time, we're going to go ahead and put a part break in here. If you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow. We're going to record one more part tonight. One more hour-long part tonight. Although I will take a short break between parts to get up, stretch the legs, drain. I was about to say drain what's left of my tea, but my tea's empty. Go replace that with a can of soda, and then we'll be back to record one more part. And yeah, so on the next turn, we'll see if the rail connection to the port is saturated or not. If it is still saturated, we'll be wanting to expand the train station. Okay, we'll pick it up next time at the bottom of round 116, where we'll have 5 decisions. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.